Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another morning coffee talks. It's a little later than usual. Usually I drop these videos around like 8 in the morning, but you know what? Coming from a great Mother's Day weekend, spent time with my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, who are both mothers. Had a great time down in South Georgia, and got there, went to dinner. Next morning, got up, went to church, had a nice lunch, some barbecue, which I haven't had in a long time. Just an overall great weekend, man. So shout out to all the mothers out there, all the wives who had a great Mother's Day as well. But in the midst of all of that, it just made me think, man, like, being married to my wife and, spending time, with other women, it's just so important to, keep marriage fun, man, and just, full of laughter. We ended up playing Uno and, it was just good fun, over the weekend. But it just made me think of what's three ways that I can help, other men who are married, or even in, a serious relationship, keep their marriage fun and just full of laughter. It doesn't always have to be about, paying all the bills, dealing with the kids, serious conversations. If you're not laughing together, then you're missing out on one of the best parts about being married or even being in a serious relationship. And so I just really want to talk about three simple ways that help, keep things fun and keep the laughter alive, as go through your marriage and your relationships. So one of the things is, and it don't happen a lot, but it happens enough where, me and my wife have an inside joke and, it just always just fun. Those are always the best things where, you guys can look at each other or say something where you know what it means, but nobody else know what it means, right? And I think that those type of little secret things, or creating a secret inside jokes, definitely help strengthen your bonds. And I think that even recycling those or bringing back an old joke, be like, hey, you remember this thing and that thing, or coming up with new ones that again nobody else knows what's going on except y'all. I just think it's just a really cool thing to have, man, and I think that's kind of keep y'all connected in a unserious way, but a serious way as well. Another thing I told you guys, me and my wife, we attempt to do date nights at least twice a month, which is one she'll plan, one I'll plan, and every once in a while we do something at home together. But it doesn't always have to be a traditional date night, right? Put a little twist on it, put a little sprinkle or something on it, to kind of like spice it up, right? It doesn't always have to be a dinner and a movie. Try something unexpected, right? Try a comedy club, maybe a karaoke night. I got a quick story. So I remember me and my wife went to New York, and it was our first time there. We kind of did the tourist thing, went to see, Statue of Liberty, Ellis Islands, you name it, went to Manhattan, did all the tourist things. One of the things I wanted to do was eat some of the New York pizza. I heard all the hype. I've been to Chicago. I've had their pizza, really good as well. But, I never had the New York slice, right? And so I wanted to see what that's about. So anyway, we ate some earlier that day. And that night we was like, you know what, let's just go out. This is the time we was drinking. Well, I don't drink anymore. But I remember we just out in New York. We ended up going to this bar. And I'm very, what's the word? I can be a very outgoing person sometimes, right? And so we sit at the bar, we're getting ready to drink, and next to me is this kind of Asian guy. He got a whole bottle of Patron next to him, just taking shots. So I'm just like, look, bro, we can pay for drinks, or I can find a way to finesse, and we can drink off his bottle. Even though we had our own money, but we're in New York, we'll probably never see this guy again. So anyway, I started chopping it up with him. Lo and behold, he pouring us shots, man. And so it just made it a better time. Cause like we ain't got to spend no extra money, we got some free money. But after that, we end up leaving very tipsy, feeling good. Went back to another pizza spot and just, had New York pizza again that night. Drinking alcohol. It was just simple fun, man. Like, we at the bar chopping it up and stuff. But leaving there again, getting that New York pizza slice, walking down, in Manhattan at night, just bonding, right? That could be a date night. Hey, we're gonna go to a bar and afterwards eat New York pizza, right? Because we're in a different environment. We in New York, we in this place, that place. It was just fun time, man. It was just a great time. And so there's just a lot of great benefit of shared experiences that can make both of you guys laugh, right? And have laughter and have an experience that you can always go back to and have a story to share with it. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was something I would share, that quick story. The last one I want to share with you guys is the power of playful teasing. And this is something that one thing I know that women in general like is banter, man. If you can have good banter, lighthearted banter, throw it back at them, because there's something called a shit test, right? And women, they good at pushing you because they just want to make sure you're on top of your game, and that's their way of banter. But if you know how to give it back and it's lighthearted, it's not too serious, and it kind of like it's playful and it's teasing, I just think they go a long way, man. I think it just keep things fun without crossing the line. It's like taking it to that line was like, man, was he serious? But he wasn't serious. And it just keep them on their toes as they trying to keep you on your toes. And it also helps kind of gauge your partner's mood while keeping the teasing fun and it's not frustrating. And you can do this through text. You can do this, hey, y'all maybe ain't got it in a while, right? That's something you can set up throughout the day, like, girl, I'll do this, I'll do that, through text message. Maybe a couple photos get sent. You know what I mean? Just banter, man. Just that teasing, playful teasing, and it's just always fun, man. It's just something to keep things lighthearted, right? Just keep things interesting, keep the spark going. When people say, "Hey, how do you keep the spark going?" That's one of the biggest things: is lighthearted banter, lighthearted, playful teasing throughout your day. Because nobody always want to be serious. Life is already too serious, right? We already going to work. We got to pay bills. We got to deal with kids. We got family. We got friends we got to deal with. We got our own personal issues, So anywhere in the middle of all of that, if you can find a way to just bring some fun, man, up in it, it just lighten the mood. It gives you a break from just the day-to-day grind of life. Right. And it just kind of helping morale keep going as well, especially in a relationship. It keeps the morale up in a relationship. And I just think that's so powerful, man. I think just as we go through life and marriage, it's a long journey, right? If you guys are locked in, you taking it serious, there's going to be plenty of times to be serious, right? There's going to be plenty of times where things get real. But, you have to create those moments where, you can just bring some relief and bring some fun and some enjoyment of y'all's commitment, of y'all's relationship, of y'all's journey. I just think that's so important. And so, listen, if you can laugh together, then you can damn near get through almost anything, right? Marriage is meant to be serious, right? But in the right moments, But don't forget to have fun and keep each other smiling. So just think about it, man. What's one of those things where you and your spouse used to always do to make each other laugh? Maybe it's time to bring that back. Maybe it's time to get back to being unserious for a stretch, just to kind of build that spark back, man. Because listen, this life is a long journey, and we gotta have some fun in the meantime, in between time. So what y'all think about that? Drop a comment below. Subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe. Also, if you got any value from this video, hit that like button and also hit that notification bell, because we're going to keep dropping videos like this all the time. And until next time, I appreciate y'all guys. Much love. Peace.